Hey traders, I want to talk to everyone today about what day trading really is. It is the pure definition is making money between the bells, right? Between the opening bell and the closing bell and being 100% cash all night. I don't think there's very many day traders out there left, that don't also swing or invest. I'm a pure day trader, 100% cash every night. I'm going to talk a little bit about why I like that, how I do it, and just the benefits of it. For one, I sleep better, right? But in short, if you're a day trader, you want to make money today. So swing traders can still benefit from it because they can say, you know what, I've got 4 swings in progress, but I'd like to make some money today. They can still log in and be a day trader that day to try to make some extra cash. It's beneficial for anyone that wants to learn it. The important thing is learning what an A plus setup is on an intraday basis, and excuse me, and being there, right? That's an important part of day trading is you got to be in front of your charts so when something happens. So I'm going to use MSGM as an example from Friday. This thing moved from like $2.50 to almost 50 in 2 days, then had a nasty red day. I didn't even have this on my watch list video Thursday night for Friday, but you better believe I had it on a chart because any stock that can move like this, and you probably heard me say this, hey guys, put XYZ on a chart if you're a day trader. Well, in this case, I had SMGM on a chart because of its action. The reason it wasn't in my watch list video is because it's a little bit whippy, it's a little bit crazy. I didn't want to get anybody in trouble, right? And let me add Friday's candle in, and you might look and say, well, Mike didn't make any money on this one, but I actually did. There, I popped in the intraday chart for you. And you can see a couple fills I got, 2150 and 2159. So we can call it maybe a 2155 average. And then it ripped through, there's the early high of day. And it ripped through, halted, and then I started selling out of the halt, right? So even with that ugly daily candle, I made thousands on this on Friday just by having it on a chart, being in front of my screens, knowing what to look for. I can give you the short version here. It was already on kind of on my radar, and then I thought, okay, this thing topped at 2190, put in a lower high at 2150, and look, it didn't roll over. It didn't take out the low of day, and it was holding up. So my thinking was back through 2150, half number inflection point, probably going to break the high of day 2190, and once this lights up the new high of day ticker, with its recent action, they're probably going to pile in, and that's exactly what happened. And got the halt, and then again I started selling out of the halt. You can see my buys and sells there. But that was the thinking is, as a matter of fact, those of you in our chat room know that a break of 2190 right here would actually be an entry that we teach a gap down bounce play setup, right? If you had it on Bounce Watch, which you probably should have, if it breaks 2190, that's an actual entry. So I love grabbing it right over that lower high break of 2150. Anyway, you can see the results, made some really nice money. Important tips if you do want to day trade, you do, because all that happened within about 1 minute. And there were people in the chat room that made money on that with me, not because of my post in chat though. I tried to post it in chat, but it happened so fast that I didn't get the post out in time, I guarantee you. But I saw other people saying they nailed it too, not because of me, but because they're day traders and they knew they should have that one on a chart and probably were watching it pretty closely, right? So one of my tips is, find ways to stay in front of your screens if you want to day trade. Certainly, you need to know A plus setups. Here's one way I stay in front of my screens, right? And a nice, comfortable chair that I'll sit in. But I also want to get exercise. So here's another way I stay in front of my screens. I can take a walk and still watch my charts. My favorite way is right here on this standing desk bike, if you will. And then lastly, I also just recently added this to my office. So I'm in my office. It's my happy place. I want to be in front of my screens. So that's really important part if you want to be a day trader. And I would show you a picture of a urinal in my office too, but I haven't done that yet, but don't put it past me. I like to stay in front of my screen. Mini fridge should be coming too, right? Anyway, you want to be a day trader, or at least you want to make some money on some days, you can learn A plus intraday setups. But an important part that most people don't talk about is you got to be in front of your screens when they occur. And I've just hopefully given you some tips on ways to stay in your home office while the market's open.